Hello, everybody. Welcome. As you can see, I'm just finishing up with this guy.
Ah, that's what's going on. Hi, Urka.
I hope your day has gone well. We had an interesting excitement happen outside.
Oh, yes.
Now, to be fair, this does not directly involve us. It's just something we witnessed. Sort of.
But this might be too strong of a word, somewhat thankfully.
Hold on. He's dead. Yeah, the major intersection outside our little housing area
Development.
yeah, had a major accident where a truck kind of wrapped itself around the light pole.
A light pole. Yeah. It's dangerous to be a pole around this place.
That intersection in particular, oh my gosh. And part of the problem is that they went and routed a lot of the traffic to avoid the crash site so the cleanup crews can do their thing through our little housing development, which has the worst way of getting out. And there were so many people getting shuffled in and then getting lost and doing slaps and honking and...
Because this is El Camino Real at, rush hour on a Friday.
Yeah. Don't know. There was a man and woman trapped inside the van, and they had to wait for rescuers to come and pull them out. But I don't know if there were any actual injuries. We just kind of...
certainly conscious and moving around. That's all we know.
But it did make for an interesting time in the fact that it blocked our way to get to food. So,
well, at least easy access. We had food closer than the accident.
Yes, that is true.
Which is what we had. So, blue sky post. Once I'm officially a gray muzzle, I'm gonna start calling y'all yippersnappers.
Ow! That's horrible!
Yes it is.
Yeah,
Okay, what are we doing?
I thought we were back to crafting, but I could be wrong. Why are you in Ishgard?
I'm not in Ishgard, I'm in,
Idleshire.
Because I was getting buying equipment.
Ah, okay.
And yes, I have the, yellow corsage.
Okay.
Well, there's a few things that could be done. First of all, my warrior did recently hit 100, and I'm just realizing I haven't sorted that mess out. So we could do an hour of you guys listening to me whine about inventory.
Of which apparently the moon hit the next section.
Probably the thing we will be doing will be the 98 gathering quest.
Oh, 30! The poor baby!
Yeah. Oh, poor you, Orca. 15 years older. Oh, my heart bleeds.
Oh, you all are a bunch of yipper snappers.
Yes.
I remember when. Oh, recently, actually,
I
just the
remember
other.
when the conference was crammed into one tiny hotel, and we liked it.
In Irvine, across from
Yes.
Disneyland.
Or at least close.
Yeah, I think Doodles has us beat currently.
The two of us, yes.
God, this mount.
Yes. Yes.
Help, help, I'm being abducted!
There we go. And now we're in the same zone at least.
I'm kinda sort of coming to get ya. Kinda sort of, maybe.
Hi.
Hiya.
Now I see who has you. Okay.
Now realize, your inventory issues for 100 Warrior isn't actually going to be so bad,
Yes, it is.
because you already have Paladin.
That's not the problem. The problem is tossing and yanking materia out of and desynthing all of the old warrior equipment. With very little inventory space available. Hi. In fact, while I have you here,
Shall we head up to the bell? Realize I don't have that many slots on me currently.
and contribution to the new stack.
Yeah, I can't believe it finally hit 999 of those bloody buggers.
Yes.
Which immediately got turned
Yeah.
around and vendor baited.
Part of my
because-
problem is I do have like 4 different crafting materials in my inventory. And at least as of Wednesday,
Mhm.
I was out of auction slots.
Whoops.
Yeah. It's kind of grim at the moment. Probably better by now.
Yeah, we be old farts. God help us all. The fact that we've survived this long is a good thing, but... Here be the bell.
And oh good. I've sold like 7 items across the booth. Trying to put a few things up.
Oh, very nice. It's always nice when they do things like that. Don't take it for granted.
Wow. Somebody is dumping astral silk. On the other hand, Arm Regis ink is wow. Okay, that takes care of the immediate problem.
Give me a sec, I'm doing maintenance now.
Yep. yep, 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 yep.
I don't know if we'll get that price, but it's going up for that anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, I remember when these song sheets were really hard to get. I'm not even gonna bother putting them off on Auction House.
Ooh, yeah, wow.
I'd lose money.
Did you post Yudi Tail recently?
I did a link to it over on Blue Sky. Why?
That counts. I had not seen that post go by, but Orca just mentioned it.
Yeah, it went up like at Oh Dark 100, so it's got no traction whatsoever. It like disappeared under people's radar.
I can fix this. Not very much. I mean, there's not that many people following me, but
okay, what next?
Find you, repost it. We go to Leolol.
Okay, to Leolol it is. Yeah, I did that one like almost 2 decades ago now. Poof! Yeah, it was actually a test episode for a kids' TV series that we could never quite get off the ground. I mean, we still kind of could. I'd have to rebuild everything in Blender. Blah.
Yeah.
But it's still very doable.
When did you post this?
About a week ago.
Oh, a week ago.
A week ago at like Oh Dark 100.
I thought it was like Oh Dark 100 last night.
Nope.
So I'm well past, last night and not seeing it and going, what happened? There it is. There. Repost.
I'd like to do
Yes,
more,
I'm
but
crossing the steps.
I still need to get this animation that's on my docket currently done.
Yeah. And of course, there's also the Great American Fanfic to get back to.
Yeah. I did get all the base cleanup animation on the second layer all done. The
Yes.
skirt and the legs. I did part of the shadow, but I'm not sold on it currently. So I wanted to sit back and think about it before I proceed, because if I get like halfway through and decide this isn't what it is, that's a heck of a lot of work to walk back on.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing I want to do.
I don't think I did. Dang it.
Did what?
I think I never did do my. No, I did. Okay, there it is. Wasn't sure that I'd actually done a post on my latest thingy. Blog post for one of my games, which I am trying to post links to from Blue Sky.
Yeah, I need to go ahead and post the cleanup section to Patreon. I'll probably do that tonight at like Dark 100.
Sure.
Yeah, part of my problem is that I'm most active and awake and doing stuff when everyone else is asleep. And it's worse because we're Pacific time.
Yes. Obviously, you need to get together with Sarami.
Oh?
That's the one guy that I've seen a couple of his posts. He's the furry Japanese DJ.
Ah.
He's the one who does the post, and I think he's like repeating it every week now on Sunday our time for today is Monday in Japan.
Because it is.
Yes. Yeah, I actually first ran across him with a little short on YouTube where he was complaining, because I think he was just kind of starting to post things, and he was complaining that there were people kind of trolling his account and saying, "Oh, you're furry, so everything must be gay content."
No.
Yeah.
Furry is a huge spectrum.
Boy, yes.
People only tend to see these little itty bitty parts of it and say, "Oh, this is furry." It's like, no, it's not. It is part of it.
That's how I got introduced to his stuff.
It is part of a greater whole. It is not the sum total. Yeah, last night I poked my head into M6 Savage.
Uh-oh.
Along with the quote-unquote team. We have about 3 regulars. Occasionally we get a 4th who comes along for the fun. We might get a 5th soon, which would be awesome because she was part of our old team makeup, and we'd love to have her back.
Yeah, you are not getting me. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh?
I just had a crash to desktop with no error message.
Oh dear.
It just suddenly halted for like a second and a half and then went away.
You are Pokeballed. Pretty hard. But yeah.
Crash extreme.
Yeah, we got about half an hour in. We were starting to make good progress on learning the mechanics, and I suddenly crashed. And the internet went down. And then my driver disconnected on my controller. And then the internet went down again. And after that, I was like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to call it. Refill my slot. I know we were making good time, but It turns out the internet was
Yeah.
up and down for like the next hour, so that would have not.
Oh, we don't know that. We just didn't use internet for most of the next hour.
Yeah, but it was really flaky. So today
Yes.
I asked, so how did the prog go? Please tell me you refilled and got farther in. They're like, no, we're not progging without you. And I'm like, oh God, I'm so sorry. It just was not happening.
Well, at least we had a good night of anime watching out of it. Because we finished off watching, basically since the internet was giving us trouble. Well, at least I got credited as actually going through the ferry,
Yes, you did.
because
That's where
I
I
was
saw
not
you
done with the
Pokeball.
cinematic when I crashed.
Oh.
Anyway, because, internet, whether we did not rely on the services at first and stuck with DVDs. And we finished off watching the 3rd season of Lower Decks last night.
And then started Owl House right behind it.
Yes. And yeah, seeing what they were doing there and everything, Disney taking that down today, that you need to not knuckle under to things like that.
They're a big
Because, yeah, it's very
corporation.
much
They
not
will
under.
always follow the money.
The problem is, are they actually following any money?
Which way are we going?
Oh, Raven, do that here. Now that I'm somewhere supposedly warmer.
Right. We have a botany quest to do.
Yes. Excuse you.
But yeah, there was a whole bunch of series at that time that were just taken down and literally disappeared.
Yeah.
It wasn't just Owl House, Infinity Train.
Oh, yes.
There was like 2 others at the same time, and all of it was claimed as tax write-offs,
Yeah.
which is just stupid.
Digging up the truth. Shunye appears concerned for one of his most diligent employees. Welcome back to my apothecary, you two. I always appreciate you stopping by. We're busy as ever, as you can see. Although since last we met, Uvlo has been acting strangely. He brushes off all my attempts to help and works with a singular focus. I think he still believes he crossed a line in asking about my past, and is focusing his efforts more than usual to make up for his perceived affront. All of which is to say, I have no work for you today.
Are you sure about that?
Now, if you don't have the regular kind of work, we'll just have to work on this relationship. Now, you two, no, don't stop there. Move a couple yalms, or at least another yalm closer. Now, you two, kiss.
Are you being a rotten girl?
Darn straight. These two need it. Well, if our tasks for the day are done, I think we should try to unravel the nature of these azure tears you found. Aha, I understand now. You squared away today's work so quickly because you'd hoped to employ Rayleigh and Theron's energies on the tears. Not exactly, yet I admit the thought did occur to me. I found it difficult to think of aught else as of late. What could those stones possibly be? Truth be told, I can scarce imagine how we might prove they are connected to a meteor. As difficult as it is for me to admit, Master Junier, your theory remains just that. Yet, if we were to find similar crystals at another location where meteors had fallen, what then? Would that not provide sufficient evidence that the two phenomena are related? I don't think you'll find anything. I've asked all who would listen if they'd seen anything resembling the tears. Even the most worldly of my connections say they're quite singular. Perhaps they are the only objects of their kind in this world. In that case, they would be rarer than any precious jewel. I believe your inability to find any information on them gives us all the more reason to look. Elia and I have yet to search for them after all. You know our skill at finding the rarest of specimens.
Me too.
Yes.
We might as well try.
Yes. You too?
Yes, we too.
Very well, but I'll only make this imposition on you once. You've done enough for me already. Now, there are several locations in Tyrol where meteorites have fallen in the past. The Zidrus crater is purported to be the largest by scholars who study such phenomena. However, over the years, nature has healed the scar left behind. Soil has accumulated and trees have taken root. Now the area is known as Yaktel. But I doubt a little earth and wood can deter you three. Somewhere under all that wildlife, you may find material that has lain there since the meteor struck. If you find something that resembles the tears, then we may be able to solidify a theory of what transpired 50 years ago. We'll know they came from a meteorite, at least. Well then, let us waste no time. Off to Yaktel we go. Now, Vigo.
Sounds like a plan. Oh, Doodles, you're talking about, the recent Destiny expansion update that was announced?
No.
Now, realize...
I've only seen, like, a headline, but, no, it was on, like, the new marathon.
No.
Oh,
it
right,
was
yes.
Destiny. And... basically, they announced a new update for Destiny 2, which is effectively a first-person MMO. It has a story, it has its own world, it's very unique. The expansion update is Star Wars themed. The entire thing. I.e., they just flushed their own story down the toilet. For marketing.
No. No. Yeah, here we go. Engadget headline. Bungie admits its Marathon Alpha included stolen artwork.
Ooh, that's new! Wow! This is a twofer for Bungie because the announcement I was talking about was like Wednesday.
Ouch.
And everyone's looking at it going, you're doing a Star Wars expansion. And it's not just like, oh, we can buy the skins and the... No. They have an entire story built around it.
Right.
I mean, at least Nier Automata for the Raid series made more sense.
Yeah.
Yay! Yeah, I heard about that, and apparently he has a really bad mouth. Like, classic gamer bro mouth. Which is sad with it coming from James Earl Jones. Now, to be fair to LucasArts, they do actually have a license from James Earl Jones to use his voice for AI and reproduction in the future. Darth Vader will always have James Earl Jones's voice. Attaching that to chatbot.
Kind of going, I understand, but
attaching that to effectively chatbot GPT for output.
Yo, boy.
Bad decision. Bad decision.
Yeah.
Checking with Shuyin real quick.
Okay. I'm sorry you got roped into this, but I'm looking forward to seeing what you can find all the same. What we seek is most likely in Yak T'el. You'll have to dig deep, but I know you're equal to the task.
And we're looking for deep earth fragments. But yeah, legal
and apparently this is like the third or fourth time Bungie's been caught using uncredited assets. Commentary on a Reddit thread and everything. It's always a former artist who briefly worked on minor assets, except this time the actual art director himself was following the artist and still didn't recognize the identical theft.
Wow, Bungie, how you have fallen.
Yeah.
But then again, I've been kind of following this one artist. He does a lot of 3D files that he then puts out for a nominal fee so people can purchase the model and print it out at their leisure for small personal use. Apparently, he found his exact model being sold. Now, this model was of one of the drummers from the Tiki Room
in Disneyland.
In Disneyland. He literally spent a lot of time researching it and getting it just right, but he put in a couple imperfections to say, this is my model.
Right.
And he's found his exact model being sold in gift shops in Disneyland. Imperfections and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's... Let's just say there's currently an ongoing lawsuit. I've got a funny feeling it's actually not Disney's fault per se, as much as an independent contractor went out, purchased his little file for like $5, and then proceeded to basically send it through a production line cheaply in like Asia.
Oh yeah.
So it could be the manufacturer's fault, but it is in Disney's stores. They should know better.
Oh. No. Nah, that is not a full pretty map.
Yeah, and considering you can tell Baron's art a mile away.
Yes. The
No.
one guy, when Baron was suggesting using a
A pin name, and he is like,
pen name,
no,
just
I can recognize.
no. I could recognize your art over the horizon on a Dark Knight, or I could recognize your art on a Dark Knight over the horizon, and something else in there.
Blindfolded.
Yeah, it's just Baron's going, okay, right.
Okay, I am done.
I am not. That's 2. Since
Yeah, I remember him telling that, and
3
everyone
actions
would
to
be
get
like,
to the-
we wouldn't notice because we had already forgotten everything already.
What's this?
Hideo Kojima proposing a game mechanic where if you haven't logged in for a while, you start losing abilities because you forget them.
Oh dear. Kojima.
He's the guy who did Metal Gear Solid.
Thank you.
And his current project at his own studio is oh god, the walking simulator. Brain fart. Death Stranding. Thank you. I knew it was Death something, but I couldn't remember the second word. Now, the silly part about Baron's art, even though it's highly unique and very much his own, we've literally had people confuse his art and my art.
Yes. I'm going, okay, now I understand how Phil and Kaya Folio felt. Though, frankly, when she does her sillier art, it does look a lot like his. No, no, well, okay, that's that. Okay. That is not an actual guide to what's there. But, yeah. Meow.
I've had people confuse and say that, that Patina was my character, and some of my characters were Barons. It's like, no.
Yeah. 5, yep, just need the level.
So to each their own. But one of the things I wanted to mention earlier about hard to find properties is I found someone who did a breakdown of Mysterious Cities of Gold.
Yeah, I've been seeing that video. I have not watched it.
It's actually pretty good. It does talk about a little into the second season, which did successfully get through.
Just not here.
Just not here. It's apparently beloved all over the world, except for the United States, which pretends it doesn't exist.
Well, the Nickelodeon was successfully bringing over a bunch of things, but nobody paid attention to anything they brought over.
Yeah.
Now, admittedly, most of them were just kind of okay, and that was kind of the big standout with one other being one that they were at least pushing as much, though I only watched an episode or two. I did not think it was nearly as good. I'd have to look through like Nickelodeon's old lineup to know the actual title off the top of my head.
Ah.
But there was one other series they were pushing about as hard. It was also supposed to be about the same level of like seriousness.
Mm-hmm.
Not that, Mysterious Cities of Gold is that serious. But, the rest of their kind of imported lineup was fairly transparently, standard kiddie fare in many ways, and those two weren't.
What surprised me is that the same studio did a different production, which the production was actually earlier, but it came to the States later.
Okay.
And it was one I actually liked, but wished I could have actually seen, like, the ending of.
And that is?
Ulysses 31.
Okay. Yeah, that would be slightly earlier. I know of it, I don't think I ever saw any of it.
Yeah, I actually was rather fond of Ulysses 31. So...
Yes, Doodles. Well, as we mentioned, recent anime. Well, actually, we're nearly here too. But we have mentioned 2, which is just starting in on Owl House after finishing off Lower Decks. But first,
yes, we have a turn-in to do.
Deep Earth Fragment. The ancient mud and sand found in the Zudros crater is solidified into stone-like fragments, which may contain traces of materials left behind in the meteorite impact. Let's see how far through this I can get.
Well,
I think I can do them all.
I did all but the last one, just to cover bases.
Do yours then, and go through your cycle. I'll wait here. Because I'll get up to like 3,600 out of 4,000 doing all 6. Okay, yeah. Doodle said missed that part. Yeah, basically we were saying because we had internet problems last night, we started last night's anime night with the guys with non-internet stuff, so we watched the final episode of 3rd season of Lower Decks.
And then started it on Owl House.
Yeah, so we've seen 1 episode, which apparently Baron had seen before, that episode, and only that. And yeah, it shows a lot of promise.
Oh no, my mortal weakness! Death!
Yes! Oh God, yes! Oh, yeah. Our central character is going to be and let's see, what else are we watching on Thursdays? We are currently rewatching Rakugo for Baron and Dave.
Yeah, Showa Rakugo.
Approaching the end of the 1st season.
We're also going through Nier Automata.
Yeah, season 2, we are, I think, most of the way through season 2 of that, which is, oh boy. How hard can we pound on that too, but just a lot of, and how hard can we pound on the psyches of the various characters who are left?
Yeah, but non-linear storytelling at its finest.
Yeah.
And then the last one we're rounding out is the final season of Beastars.
Yes, and we're still kind of early in that one. Have you...
Yes,
Are you ready to turn in your last one?
Yes, I have.
Your last one?
Yes.
Okay then. Delivering. Poof.
99.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. This is plainly composed of materials entirely different to those found on the surface of Yaktal. Much more dense, much older, and shaped so beautifully besides. You've done well. With both yours and Uvlo's samples, we may be able to reach a conclusion at last. In another level.
You're almost there.
Well, don't forget I'll want mining to get there too. Did you discover aught? Well, I was able to detect small fragments of a deep blue substance. And when I shined a light on it, its color did indeed resemble the tears. But even so, there wasn't enough. As far as my abilities can discern, there's no way to say for certain that the two substances are one and the same. I see. Yet you admit a possibility that they might be related. These are good tidings. We simply need to keep digging, and eventually we will find a sample large enough to give us a definite conclusion. I did not expect this journey to be finished after just one outing. I shall return to Yaktel as many times as it takes. Why must you do this to yourself, Uvlo? You needn't feel obligated to help me resolve this personal matter. At the end of the day, it won't teach you any more about the Shitona. You're correct. I admit that digging deep into the soil is not a task that will help my people thrive. Yet, hearing Uyapyota speak with such affection about her family, and seeing you suffer so deeply from the loss of your own, I came to a realization. Though we may call ourselves by different names, both of our peoples cherish family above all. If my village suffered the same fate as yours, I would not rest until I found the cause. I could not suffer to live with myself otherwise. And I know you feel the same. That is why you still have tears, even though they hold naught but painful memories. Before, you said that your long years running this shop allowed you to guess that the stones were related to your tragedy. But I know that deep down, you started this apothecary because you knew it would bring you closer to an answer. As your employee, it is only meet that I should help you achieve this goal. Allow me to help you, Master Xunye. So reckless you are in your own journey, but so diligent in helping me along in mine. I hope you've at least managed to save a handful of coins since coming here. If we're going forward with this, I must ask that you spare Yaktel future digging. I wouldn't sacrifice the region's natural beauty in my quest, nor damage another's home. There has to be a different way, but I shall require time to find it. When I do, I only ask that you be there to help. Rylea, Theron, can I count on you?
Of course. It's what we do.
Thank you, truly. I'll have to sell a good portion of my stock to pay back the debt I'll owe you after all is said and done.
I've heard good things about Apocalypse Hotel. Where is that currently streaming?
Glorious Gatherer. Yep, level 100.
It almost sounds like a high dive thing, because they definitely have their, things that they stream versus things that they don't stream.
Shall we head to the moon real fast?
Yeah, give me a second.
Get in a couple of expeditions. So yeah, what was the last thing we're watching on Thursdays?
Just that.
What was the last thing you mentioned?
Beastars?
That's right. Thank you. Yeah, so that's the current lineup for all 4 of us.
Okay, it is on Crunchyroll. Yeah, I admit it's been hard going through the listing of stuff on Crunchyroll because it's so much Izeki crap that you have to really weed through it.
And speaking of which, we are watching the latest, I think it's the latest season of Reincarnated as a Slime.
Yeah, I'm finally getting caught up on that. Oops, wrong way.
Yeah, we finally watched the movie a little bit ago. It's a series that only works because of its characters, because, yeah, the plot just can't stand up to the firepower of the main character.
Yeah. It's gotten a little heavy with that, which makes me sad, but at the same time, they introduce new ideas and new situations that requires more of a political handling and not necessarily physical power. Which, okay, fair enough.
And, what am I trying to think of? We're watching Apothecary Diaries. Base Camp Gamma.
Yeah, this has really changed. Hello!
Oh, yeah. How does one describe this burgeoning city that is unfolding before our very eyes? Our Moongate hub has grown yet again. Fit to be dubbed Base Camp Gamma, our new headquarters boasts roads, walls, and plumbing. Ooh, that's important. That unify our disparate resources. Better living conditions and the installation of supply stations are but a few notable improvements that will help all our workers on a daily basis. However, we mustn't rest upon our laurels. There is much and more we might yet accomplish for the Moongate Hub. And let's take a look at the video log.
Yeah, that's really changed.
Yeah, okay.
Those look like transporters.
They do, and I suppose they could be.
Shall we sign up for a mech op?
Sure. Through, by piloting a mech?
Yeah. Pilot application.
Okay, applying as pilot. Has been submitted. Once pilots are selected, etc., and this will be the kind of northern one.
Yeah.
So I think we need to head there.
Nope. We will get teleported into the pilots.
Okay. What else are we watching on Tuesdays?
Yeah, Mau Mau's being awesome. We finished off Solo Leveling.
Yes, we did.
So Slime. I'm kind of making...
Solo Leveling was well done, but I have problems because it's all power level over skill.
But we actually really like Maiden Abyss. Just go
Yes,
into
Maiden
it.
Abyss was great.
Prepare for launch.
Okay. Forward.
It's just, you go into it realizing that it is not a kiddie show and the body horror is real.
Yeah.
Oh god, this is hilarious.
The music.
Yes.
Yeah. A two-legged robot. How does this even get funded? It's Japan. It just does.
I am so bummed we never got the second season of that.
Yeah.
Moonlight Mile.
Yes. Destroy a massive cluster of corrupted crystals. Right. So we're after the bigger crystals. Whee! Carrot gun.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Boom!
Now there's two more.
One thing I do have to add to the rotation is Gundam Origin.
Yes. Wait, that. Okay, we're actually getting decent contribution.
The Hyper Carrot Gun is hilarious.
Yes! Hyper Carrot B!
Yes! This is being silly.
Yes. Contributions are going very well.
Yes!
There we go. Oh, it flies off without me.
Yeah, we get abandoned by our mechs.
That's just unfair.
Okay. Now, let's see. It's Slime, Apothecary Diaries. I'm kind of force feeding Ping Pong
Yeah.
to Rye. They are unsure.
Very.
Actually, no. I think we have.
Now, for what it's doing, it's very well done, but yeah, that art style, man.
You have to admit, it's a style.
I suppose. Also, we are watching Pokemon Horizons.
And the other one, the last one we picked up is Moonrise.
Yes, which is much better produced than Red. Now we have a problem because, of course, we want Cosmic Miner 3 points. And okay. And I can get some from the bees. Okay, we're over near where I need to be for that.
Let's say it starts here. Gather items as quickly as possible. Ooh boy.
Yeah, we won't do too much. We're already going over time, but it was worth it just to do that mech off.
Yeah.
Finally see what those are actually like when you have the mech pilot.
Yeah, I'd done the other one, but I hadn't done this one before, so...
Right.
Yeah, I know there's several I want to add to the queue. It's just we've got more stuff to watch than time to watch with.
Yeah. Embarrassment of riches. I mean, one of the problems is Owl House is going to keep us busy on the DVD front for a long time to come.
Yeah.
And we have, what's it? Strange New Worlds waiting.
Yep.
There's a decent chance I'll get something else for my birthday.
But I'm glad the guys are really enjoying Holy Silver. Really enjoying oh, it gave me gold. Interesting. No, it didn't. Yeah, Rokugo.
It's very much the type of thing that they will go for.
Yeah, I'm
Because in many ways, it's really talking about history.
Yes, it is. One thing I will say I'm a little sad with it is, as far as I know, there's been no official licensor of it for DVD. It's only been on Crunchyroll and only subtitled. It's never gotten a dub. Which makes sense for the type of story it's telling, but at the same time, it does limit your audience.
Well, I'm at 30 Cosmic Miner 3 points. That was from something that should be a 6. So I guess you get 5 times as many points if you get a gold. I was figuring it'd be 3. Same one. That is a 6. There's 6. This is the same. Okay, time to wait for those points to recover. And after this, maybe call it a night.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Between Strange New Worlds and Lower Decks? Yes, there is a crossover. I understand it's hilarious. Unfortunately, I think that second season, Strange New Worlds, is going to be a long time before we get to watching the first season. I still love the parody cover someone did. It was in the style of the earlier they carried it through for a long time, but it's still a couple of decades out now, of the older Star Trek novels. Pocket was doing them. So, that like double line border around the edge and the same font and everything. And it's, the subtitle, the blurb above giving, Pike must ask once again, and the title is, "What is this man doing on board my ship?" And it's, of course, referencing all the amount of guest starring we're getting of James Kirk in, like, second season of Strange New Worlds. Actually, that's a 7. Just number of items, okay.
Okay, I completed mine. I'm heading back to the base.
Okay, I'm about to start mine because my GP is just now getting up.
If that's the case, I'll start another one.
Yeah.
Assuming I can find one that has a 3. Oh, this is going to be ugly.
Oh, come on. Really? 3 misses on an 86%.
Oh. Yeah, I think their thing is weighted weird.
Yeah. I mean, that can happen, especially when it's up to a 14% miss, but geez.
Oh, nice. Oh, I hope they had a good time. The voice actor for Legoshi going in costume to a fur show.
Oh, very nice. One of the things I should probably share around a little bit is some of the stuff I've been seeing on YouTube are these basically fursuiters in, like, Taiwan. And some of it's, normal, like, dance stuff, nicely done, but there's also some nice joke ones where, like, he's in, as the fursuit and everything, in this, like, shoe store, and the ladies just laughing up a riot as they're trying to find him shoes.
Nice.
And think of what fursuit feet will be like.
Yeah.
I will be happy when I can start upgrading my gear. Because the problem is that this is all done as difficulty for your level, and my level is going up without my gear getting any better because, of course, it's all at 90 gear. Time limit ran out on me. I got silver at least. What? Oh. Oh. Now then, that puts me at 54. Which means I got 14. Might have been a 7. I thought it was a 6. But that would imply double for doing silver, which is about what I was expecting. But you get a really good bonus if you can do gold. Which, since I'm having to move up to the B's, is getting harder. Because the B's is what has the type 3 points.
I don't know if I got very much there.
2 points later. Oh dear.
72 out of 500.
Uh-oh. I'm returning to base.
Ditto.
Yeah, Moonrise,
I think they spend
Yeah,
too
with-
much time in non-linear storytelling.
yeah, there was one guy on Reddit who I'm going, well, I haven't seen enough. I don't know. I might disagree. But, his opinion was that they were basically trying to hide relatively poor writing. Nope. I want to go get myself a new mech license first. Which would be where?
This way.
Man, damn it. Man, something just screwed everything up at some point. Okay.
And now for a spin
Looked
with
like
our other
that
token.
did not get the bonus of extra stuff on the regular missions. Only doing it non-mech, I guess, does that.
Wait, that signature sparkle.
That-
Could it be a Big Bang ticket? You should thank your lucky
Yeah,
stars,
that's
my
what doing the mechs
friend,
does.
for the exclusive ticket entitles you to a Big Bang fortune, the chance of a lifetime.
Draw Big Bang Fortune. Yes. Cosmo suit, registration roll, die, Teria. Vacuum suit identification key, die, and die.
Let's see what we get. Metallic dark blue
Up and around she
dye.
goes.
My, what an explosive outcome! If you have even more of those shiny tickets burning a whole black hole in your pocket, come and see me for another Big Bang. What are you oohing at?
I got the Stargazer's orchestration roll.
Yeah, which is this music.
I'm sure it is, but I didn't have that yet.
Nice.
This is like the first special thing I've gotten out of these. Of course, I haven't been spending much on them.
Ah. Just as
Eh.
we're calling it a night.
I'm not going
jeez.
to worry about it.
It's the standing force, and if you get the standing, you get into the Hall of Fame. Oh my god.
Ah, okay, yeah, that's the Hall of Fame stuff. So those are holo projectors back there.
Yes.
Nice.
That's just silly. But people fight for less recognition
Oh,
than
yes.
this.
Oh, that's right. All the seating is here.
Yes, sit. Have some interstellar coffee. They probably imported it from the last dregs.
I can only hope.
With that said, it is time to call it a night. Thank you all very much for coming along with us this evening. We should be back tomorrow for more Deep Dungeon fun in Heaven on High. See how far we get there.
Yes.
With that said, you all be safe, be well, get a good night's sleep, and go enjoy some midnight baking with Carradwin.
Yes, everyone, have a great night. Hope to see you here tomorrow.